Hey, Chris, congratulations on CASE-347.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thanks for being here.
Thank you. You're the writer, director, producer. Talk to the fans real quick about the inspiration behind this found footage science fiction horror.
The inspiration behind it, I'm a big Tracy Torme fan. I'm a big Close Encounters fan. I really wanted to try to come back to that conspiracy theory, abduction type of film and see that type of thing played out again. So that was the inspiration.
Now, with found footage films like this, the idea is to give the illusion as if this could be real, this could happen in real life. What were the challenges of making that happen for this film?
Well, we really stuck to that format in a very traditional way and not giving up on that. So there was no cuts, there was no second camera. So we were always using single cuts all the way through. So it was really played out like theater. So that was the challenge of making maybe a 5-minute cut, one take work. So that was probably the biggest challenge, yeah.
So here's a last fun question. If space alien landed here, UFO, and they greet you as the ambassador of Earth, what would you say to them? What would you do?
I'm on your side. I think I would just give in.
Yeah. That's a very peaceful response. I like that.
Yeah.
Hey, Shawn, how you doing?
I'm well, thanks. How are you?
Not bad, thank you. Congratulations on CASE-347.
Thank you so much. Yeah, it's happening.
Exactly. So, for my fans at home, a bit about what your character, what your role is in this film.
Well, I play the character of Siggy, and Siggy is one of the conspiracy theorists that Maya's character comes to try to suss out what happened to her father and what's going on. So we're like the alien hunters, if you will.
All right.
Yeah.
So, how fun was that production? Being the alien hunter, man, how fun was the set?
Well, the set was absolutely a blast because like we're in this old farmhouse like out in Azusa, and so needless to say, like your mind starts playing tricks on you.
Yeah.
You know, and like one thing that sticks out in my mind right now is like there was this garden like outside the house that had doll heads just like stuck in the ground, and I was like, is this what's normally here, or is this just for the film? And they're like, no, it's just normally here. So I was like, okay, so there's no acting required, you know what I mean?
Well, you don't look like somebody who's easily scared to me. You're pretty tough.
It takes a good amount to get me scared, but you know, when all the lights go out and you hear weird noises and somebody touches you in the dark, I don't care who you are, that's going to freak you out a little bit.
So what is it about Chris Wax crafted that's different or separate from other found footage horror movies out there?
I think the thing that Chris brings to the table that's different is the psychological aspect of it. A lot of found footage stuff is just those jump scares and whatever, and Chris really has a great way of bringing in like classics, kind of like Hitchcockian, kind of David Lynch, kind of weird kind of moments to it that are not your typical found footage, just like wham bam, throw it up on a screen. You know what I mean? Yeah, a lot went into it.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Before I let you go, fun question. If space alien landed, UFO landed,
Yeah.
they greet you because you're the ambassador of Earth, what would you say to them? What would you do? Would you have beer with them?
I would say, first off, we're weird. So, and we have these weird creatures, actors, who pretend to be other humans, and we watch them as entertainment. And I think that alone would probably explain the entire human race.
Oh my God, that would be awesome.
Yeah.
Thanks so much,
And then
Shawn.
tequila.
Hey, Eddie, how you doing?
How's it going, my man? Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Congratulations on CASE-347.
Thank you so much. I'm very happy to be here. Great people that I've worked with, and Chris Wax, amazing director.
So
I'm very honored.
awesome. So for my fans, a bit about your character, your role in this film.
You know, I play simple role. Play the role of Gary. I support Johnny Dowers' character, who we're UFO hunters. So we go out in the middle of the night, out into the desert, the empty desert, and we always try to find any kind of life form out there. You know, it's our obsession.
Yeah.
And it's what we do, and then we get confronted by Maya Stojan's character because she's been, you know, finding some creepy things out there and some you know, life forms and things like that she comes to us with, and we, you know, we try to explain it to her the best way we can, and then I don't want to give away too much plot, but you know what I mean. So it's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool journey, but a very quick one as well. But me being a sci-fi fan myself, I was just honored to be in it and can't wait to see it.
Personally, do you believe in the space alien, UFO?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. I think. I mean,
How so?
come on. We can't be the only planet on this in this universe with all the other universes that are out there. You know, I think they're definitely out there. If anything, just like I was mentioning earlier, I feel like they're probably a few that walk, more than a few that walk around us now.
Among us. Gotcha.
Absolutely, absolutely. They blend in. I think their technology is probably better than ours, and they're able to just kind of do that. But you know, I'm not creeped out about anything like that. I just think it's more of a maybe they're studying us, and you know, some of our governments probably know a lot more than we do, and they are probably studying them. So there's a lot we don't know, but I definitely am a big believer that they do walk amongst us.
Last fun question. So, what would you say if you encountered them? Like, would you have a beer with them? Would you?
Yeah, let's do some shots, man. Let's do some shots. You like tequila? Yeah. Skinny margarita for you? All right. No, you know, watching your figure. We know it. They're like these long, tall, skinny, you know.
Yeah, they can drink whatever. Winston, congratulations on CASE-347.
Thank you, thank you.
So, was this your first time collaborating with Chris Wax, or you worked with him before?
I've worked with him before, but this is our first time creating a feature film, and that was our goal.
And how's that? How's that achieving that goal? How's that experience?
It's great, you know what I mean? Like our goal was, okay, I wanted to produce a feature film. He wanted a feature film. I'm like, okay, well let's do this. You know what I mean? Prior to this, we had worked on like a web series. So what we wanted to do was like, let's create the through line from development all the way to a distribution deal. Back in the day, we're like, are we going to get a distribution deal? Who knows? You know what I mean? But that was our goal. So to be here years later, having accomplished that, it feels great. You know what I mean?
I got you. I saw the trailer.
Something that feels very impossible, you know?
I got you. Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
I saw the trailer. Looking forward to screening this. Talk a bit about why the format found footage is the style that you guys went with for this horror movie.
Well, this was a self-funded project. So the way we can get away with making a film within our budget frame was to make it a found footage, right? And in a genre, me being a fan of the genre myself, you forgive a lot more, right? Like if you watch an Academy film, it has beautiful shots, you have the great, you know, the dynamic to create an award-winning film or a bigger film would require a lot more funds. So within the genre we made, within the budget we had, this was the best one we could make within that genre. So that's the reason why we did found footage. We can get away with a lot of things and be forgiven because as someone who watches horror films or thrillers, I forgive a lot more had it been a drama.
Yeah.
I would not forgive as much as I would forgive a horror film.
Because
Because I just want to be scared, you know what I mean?
Could you talk about casting Maya as the lead? What do you see in her? Why did you cast her as the lead?
Well, she's, it was kind of like in between, right? Like she wasn't so famous that it would take you out of the film, make you feel like, oh, this film is not real.
Yeah.
And the other version was like she could deliver what we needed. And she's very pretty to look at, you know what I mean?
Of course. It looks like a physically demanding role for her.
It really was. I mean, she was the star of the show, so she was in every scene. So it was very demanding for her.
Exactly.
So thank God she
pulled it off.
She pulled it off, and she was very, you know, she showed up knowing her lines. She knew what to do, so that was great, you know? Versus hiring someone who we wouldn't have known to work with before. We don't know how she would have shown up to work. So it was nice that we knew who she was and she would deliver.
I got you. Last fun question. So if a space alien landed, UFO landed, they want to greet you because you're the ambassador of the Earth, what would you say to them? What would you do? Would you hang out or would you have beer with them?
I would say, welcome. What do you want?
Very simple. I like that.
Listen to our music. You know what I mean? I would play some music. You know what I mean? You want to make friends with them first. You know what I mean? Yeah. I mean, if they got to this planet, how in the hell did they beat us to it? So they're obviously a lot more intelligent than us.
Exactly. Jeremy, congratulations on CASE-347.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
So, talk a bit about what is it about Chris Wax's script that made you want to be involved as a producer on this project?
I'm a big sci-fi guy. I love conspiracy theories. I'm huge on it. Aliens, anything related to aliens, I love. I always have. Always been passionate about it. I'm a very outside-the-box thinker. So my little sissy was like, I'm doing this show. And Chris was like, okay, what's it about? She was like, well, it's about aliens, you know, things happening. I was like, okay, I'm in. Let's do it. I want to be a part of it. and it just went from there. I met with Chris, and we hit it off, and he was a great guy. He's an amazing guy. So is my sister. She's an amazing person, and that's the secret, is just being around amazing people that you love to work with.
I haven't seen the film. Looking forward to screening it. But what is about that Chris Wax's style that makes this found footage separate or unique from other found footage we've seen before?
Yeah, he has a great vision to him.
Yeah.
You know, found footage films are hard to really do sometimes because you got to really hit that performance for the cast, and you gotta know what you're doing. They're sometimes harder to shoot than other films because you're limited on what you see. It's not like you have a block off shot, you see everything. You got to really play those shots. So Chris has that vision, and he's great at it. And he was a great leader, and great friend, and you know, it was a great team, and we had a lot of fun.
Now, before I let you go, I want to ask this fun question. If a space alien landed, if UFO landed, they greet you because you're the ambassador of Earth, what would you say? What would you do? Would you hang out with them?
The 100% honest question, I say, can I come with you?
Take me with
I'd be on that ship so fast, bro. I'd be like, peace out, Earth. I'm going to go see some cool stuff.
I might do the same thing. Hey, Gabriela, how you doing?
Hey, I'm doing pretty good. How are you?
You did good. Congratulations on CASE-347.
Thank you so much.
So, for my fans at home, a bit about your role or your character in this film.
Yes, I play a young girl who has been experiencing some interactions with extraterrestrials on her property, and her family has also been experiencing this. Throughout the story, it's implied that I may or may not have been impregnated by one of the aliens, but I don't have the baby. It's a miscarriage, so very sad, very tragic.
Well, were you always a fan of science fiction and horror? What was your impression when you read the script?
Oh man, yeah, the script really took me back to Blair Witch projects, just really classic, cult classic horror films, which I'm such a big fan of. I've always been a big fan of. So this was kind of my opportunity to cross that bucket list, mark off my whoa. But just to be able to experience something that could possibly be a classic.
Now let me ask you this: personally, on a personal level, do you believe that there's a space alien UFO out there? Are we alone?
I mean, yeah, if I'm going to be honest, definitely. I think it's pretty egotistical of me or of all humans to think that we're the only ones in the universe, you know what I mean? So I think there's definitely some unknown beings out there swirling around.
So what's next on your horizon, project-wise?
Oh man, well, I have some stuff that I can't talk about, but I also am writing and producing my own horror film. So maybe at the end of this year we're going into production, but maybe it'll also be here at the Chinese Theater.
You'll be a filmmaker. That's awesome.
Yeah, I have many hats. I want to wear all the hats.
All right. Last fun question. If UFO landed, space alien landed, they greet you because you're the ambassador of Earth, what would you say? What would you do? Would you hang out with them?
I would say hi, welcome. I would like to take this opportunity to get to know you and your needs and see how we can be of service to each other.
Nice. I would say don't eat us. That's what I would say.
Yeah, the service to each other hopefully would eliminate the eating part. I can't eat you, you can't eat me. That's how it works.
Hey, Maya, how you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you tonight?
Thank you. I don't know if you remember this, but I interviewed you at Flash Out.
Oh, you did.
Yeah,
That's
it's a long time
right.
ago.
Oh,
No
wow.
worries.
Well, there you go. No, yeah.
talk with you again.
I do. You do seem very familiar. So I'm glad we're back
Thank you.
together.
Congratulations on CASE-347.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
For my fans at home, can you talk a bit about what this movie is about and also your character?
So this movie basically takes us on a journey. It's a sort of a shot as a documentary, and it's the story of Mia Jensen that is trying to figure out what happened to her parents in a nutshell. And she's very skeptical about aliens and what's been going on, and just throughout the movie, I don't want to give any spoilers, that's why I'm watching what I'm saying, and throughout the movie, basically, we see that there is really something out there. That's all I'll say.
All right. Now, I saw the trailer, looking forward to screening it. It looks like a very physically demanding role for you. How tough was it?
I want to say I've done worse, or I've done, it was and it wasn't. I think what was great is that we were all in this together, and we were there as a family, sort of, we worked as, we were all friends, which was lovely. And I think we all supported each other so much that it never felt strenuous. I mean, sure, we had some exhausting days, but, the fact that we had each other to support each other was amazing.
But as far as horror goes, you're not easily scared, are you?
I am actually very easily scared. I do not watch horror films. I do not watch sci-fi even. I get scared very, very fast. But luckily, I feel if I'm in it and I know the process behind it, hopefully I won't get too scared.
It does help. Last question before I let you go.
Yeah.
So if an space alien landed, UFO landed, they want to greet you because you're the ambassador of Earth, what would you say to them or do?
What would I say to the aliens?
Yeah. Or would you have a beer with them maybe? Or?
I would be very curious. I'm sure I would ask a lot of questions, and I would welcome them with open arms. And yeah,
And you do a movie with them. Gotcha.
potentially. Why not?
I
Better
would.
get the real deal, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Maya.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations.
Appreciate you.